Well, there we are, and that brings us to Infostream Namibia on today, the Friday, the 5th of August. Nice to have you with us. Unfortunately, Dirk is not here today. He is on his way to the President's Run, the bikers event in Henties Bay. And I've just heard of him. He is on the other side of Okahanya, and he says that traffic is quite busy. So if you are traveling to Henties Bay today for the bikers run, please take it easy, stay safe, and keep basically everything just checked out so that you get to your destination safely. We have somebody here on the show at the moment, not a very talkative individual. It's not the Stig, but rather his brother. He's called Trike, not a very talkative individual that we have here on Infostream Namibia. Even if we talk to him, you will see that there's hardly any emotion. There's basically just nothing, an empty shell. Hello, Trike. What do you think about the weather today? Right, and we'll leave it at that. We'll talk about the weather a little bit later. But in the meantime, we are looking at the newspapers today. In the Namibian, we've got quite an interesting story. The Namibian is basically saying that Gaingop dribbles strike. This is still the ongoing issue in Namibia, with a possible strike action in terms of all government employees. And what the Namibian is reporting this morning, saying that we have no money. We have 924 million, according to the government. And as of effective from the 1st of April 2022, which means there's going to be back pay, 3% basic salary increases for all government employees, a 14% transport allowance increase for staff below management, and in an 11% housing allowance increase for staff below management, a 3% increase in GIPF pension and related costs, and also salary and benefits for only 2022-23 in the financial year. So this is basically what government has now decided and is acting upon that. So we are seeing an increase in salary for government employees. Whether this is going to promote the strike action or maybe ease it a little bit, we don't know. We're going to have to check that out. So, Trike, what do you think about this? Right, our very talkative Trike this morning here on the show. But it is Friday, and when it's Friday, obviously we're talking about food, and also we've got two very famous individuals here this morning who I will be introducing to you in the next couple of minutes. But let's just go for a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back.
Vintage Bar and Grill, the place that can properly fill your tummy. We have pub lunch specials every single Friday from 12 onwards. We have a full, battered game steak, liver mash and gravy, rump steak and draft, spare ribs and draft, mutton curry, meatballs mash and gravy, and many more. So come and join us for an awesome lunch experience. Vintage Bar and Grill. Always a good time.
And there we are. Welcome back. Welcome. I've got the privilege of having two chefs here this morning on Infostream. A known face, Chef Terry Jenkinson, and also Chef Andre. Gentlemen, it's nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
En ons praat natuurlijk ook Afrikaans hier op Infostream, and we are going to be talking about some very interesting dishes this morning. Both these gentlemen have prepared something for us, and maybe what I can do is I can start with Chef Andre. Chef Andre, tell us a little bit more about you. Where are you from?
Me, born and bred in Namibia.
Okay.
Went to Cape Town long, did my chef training in Silwood and worked at Cycles in the Square.
Right.
Various other places.
Rechte Kaapenaar.
Rechte Kaapenaar vir 18 jaar. Ja. Lekker gesurf en al daai goed gedoen. And then not really went out of the chefing, went more into construction, did all kinds of different things. And
right.
But the chef thing sticks with you. It's one of those things.
Yes.
Once it's in your blood.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I don't make the food, then I don't think the family will eat it.
Are you the actual cook in the
Yeah,
home?
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's also maybe why my wife's still with me.
Right.
It helps, you know.
It's important to keep the family fed, isn't it?
Ja. Well, in Afrikaans they must say, die pad na man se maag, of is deur sy maag, né?
Ja.
Sy hart toe, ja.
Ja.
I suppose it's the same thing in a family environment as well.
So, have you been in the restaurant business?
Yes, had various restaurants, worked at various restaurants. Recently had the golf club at Umaya for 3 years. I think
Okay.
that's a record.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of people that sort of. It's a different criteria, different sort of
Right.
environment. It's not really a restaurant as such, you know.
Okay. It's more a country club kind of
Yeah,
environment.
more like a sports club, I would say. You know.
Okay.
But we did try and make it a restaurant as well because you know there's quite a lot of people staying in Umaya, so that was the idea.
Right.
It was fun, hard work.
Yes.
Chef Terry will know. But yeah, and now we're doing various other things again. And I do a bit of freelance catering and, you know,
Right.
cooking here and there. And
Right.
I made skaapkop the other day at the Roadhouse.
Skaapkop.
Yeah, which was it was actually quite a hit. And we're thinking they are thinking of doing it monthly.
Okay.
But I'm still speaking to Irma. We're going to see how that ends up.
And that is at the Roadhouse.
At the Roadhouse, Irma's place, yeah.
Where in Windhoek is the Roadhouse?
Northern Industrial.
Okay.
Very close to Namwater.
I see.
Yes. And I must say it's a nice little place, nice vibe. They had live music, Chicks was there.
Right.
Yeah, and we made the skaapkoppe and there's people, you know, it's a truly Namibian type thing, I suppose, a South African thing, or, you know, and it went off well.
No. Chef Terry, do you like skaapkop?
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not too sure whether I would be the right.
I don't mind cooking it. I would do the cheek meat and that type of thing. I'm
Just not allowed to cook it at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then not everybody is
do
smiling, eh?
Like you do the whole 9 yards, the whole thing, like
Yeah.
the brain and everything.
yes.
Yeah.
And the cheeks are the best part.
The cheeks are the best part.
Fantastic.
Even if you do cow's cheeks, braise that.
Okay.
Best meat in the world. Yeah.
Really?
Definitely.
And then
Oh, yes.
No,
what about
no,
these jobbies?
Yeah.
I'll let the patrons do the eyes and the brain on the tongue.
Eat the eyes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
When I have waffle.
Well, at least then you can see what you're eating.
Your food can also see what you're eating.
Okay, ek moet sê ek is nou nie ek het nog nooit skaapkop geëet nie, maar ek weet daar is baie van my vriende wat dit wel doen. Ek is nou nie heeltemal daar nie. Ek weet nie of dalk ons tegniese afdeling hou van skaapkop nie. Hulle sê ja, hulle maak ons tegniese afdeling daar agter maak soos but I think I'll stop with oxtail. Ek eet ook nie afval.
If I'm not mistaken, in South Africa there's a Skaapkop Guild.
Yes.
Yeah,
there is,
they get together once a
What?
month.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's quite a big following.
it's a
eh?
big.
Yeah.
It's big in South
You must
Africa.
remember in the townships, it's smileys are
Right.
smileys is a thing. It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to just maybe talk about the skaapkop still a little bit. What goes into the preparation? Hoe moet dit voorberei word?
Your biggest challenge with making a skaapkop is cleaning it properly.
Right.
And that's where the butcher really comes in, you know, because if you have to sit and clean 20 or 50 skaapkoppe by yourself,
Right.
that's quite you have to take a blade and actually clean it properly and make sure everything inside and the teeth and there's no grass maybe left or whatever, and
Right.
the nasal cavities must be clean and all that.
Do I have this right? But when you say cleaning a skaapkop, basically take the entire skin off,
No.
You leave the skin on.
Yeah, you take the hair off.
like shave it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
Yes, so you shave it and you take a little blade. There's various ways of doing it. Some people burn it.
Right.
Some people take the blade. It gives a nicer finish if you bake it in the oven, that type of thing.
Right.
The more traditional, I would say, in the townships and things, they burn it. So they burn the hairs and stuff off. Yeah.
Okay.
Over an open flame before the cooking.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once it is cleaned, as die skaapkop nou ordentlik skoon gemaak is, wat gebeur dan?
Wel, daar's verskillende maniere wat die ouens dit doen, maar ek gaan baie basic altyd, miskien as dit mense dit so kan sê. Ek het 'n paar spices wat ek opsit. Ek sit 'n suurlemoen agter by die brain cavity in.
Okay.
Ons spice 'n bietjie garlic en so 'n bietjie olyfolie sit hom in foil en dan bak jy hom net lekker lou en slow.
Right.
Ja, en dan as jy hom dan uithaal, dan bring jy net 'n bietjie die vleis buite om. And it's basically fall off the bone. As jy die cheek so vat, dan val hy letterlik van die been af.
Ek sien.
Vleis is buite om en so aan. Ja.
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 En word die skaapkop gekook?
Baie mense kook hom voor die tyd. Ek doen dit nie.
Okay.
Ek sit hom reguit in, maar dis die geheim met die low en slow. As jy hom wil vinnig gaar maak, dan moet jy hom kook voor die tyd.
Ek sien.
Dan kan jy hom miskien in 'n oond net vinnig bak.
Ja.
Want hy is mos nou eintlik gaar al.
Okay.
Dis nou miskien as jy nou wil baie maak, dis 'n goeie manier om dit te doen.
Ja.
Maar die tradisionele manier is om hom net so in te sit, ja.
Okay, maar dan gaan nie sê maar nou soos met 'n varke appel hier so nog voor in die bek.
Nee,
of zoiets.
die lemoen agter.
Ja, die lemoen agter.
Skaapkop. So, Chef Andre, the next time you are at the Roadhouse in the Northern Industrial Area, please let us know.
Will do.
Because with skaapkop, it's not as if you can just, go into a restaurant and order it off the menu. You've got to basically, you've got to pre-order it.
Yes.
No?
Well, the thing is also to get, the amount of skaapkoppe, because if you think about it, now you want 50 skaapkoppe,
Yes.
you need 50 sheep. So somebody had to now keep them and clean them, and the cleaning part is where people sort of shy away.
Right.
Right. Because it's a lot of work.
Okay.
But once you get it, and then I think once people get used to it, and that's why they do it monthly.
Okay.
It's not something that you want to keep in a menu every day. sort of
Yes,
thing, yeah.
sure. How long does it take to make a skaapkop?
4 hours.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on average. Depending on what type of setup you use, if you've got a nice convection oven and whatever,
Okay.
nice, then you can put the thermostat inside and you can see you to reach your optimal temperature.
Yeah.
And you know it's cooked. It will go a little bit quicker in that type of oven. But we use normal gas. The last one I did on fire and gas because we had a bit of a gas issue. But yeah, boer maak 'n plan and we still had the skaapkoppe. Ja. Ja.
En dan, watse bykosse kry jy mens met skaapkop?
Man, tradisioneel sit baie mense nou aardappels en sulke goeders by.
Okay.
Ons hou van 'n lekker net 'n broodjie.
Ja.
En dan daai sousie wat uit die skaapkop uitkom, daar sit ons 'n
Ja.
klein bietjie chili in. Klein bietjie herbs en goeders en dan maak ons 'n sousie aan die kant en jy eet hom met jou brood en want daar is so baie seënings en goeders of nie seënings nie, maar jou sagter tipe vleis wat 'n bietjie meer vetmaas het as jy dit
Ja.
so kan stel. So dit jy het nie regtig baie goed nodig by dit nie. Jy weet, jy want to keep it plain and simple, jy weet. En dit maak dit lekker, maar die ouens geniet dit. Party van die ouens gaan groot en dan slaan hom stukke en dan is 'n hele show en ja.
Oh, okay.
Ja.
So next time when you are in Windhoek, please stay tuned to Infostream because once the skaapkoppe are ready for pre-ordering at the Roadhouse, we will let you know and then you've got the opportunity to eat one of Chef Andre's delicious skaapkoppe. Okay, we're just going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back in the next couple of moments.
Pecan.
And
Oh, that's so
used
nice, isn't it?
macadamia nuts in
And
there.
we
Nice.
are back.
Nice.
Well, one thing is for sure, een ding is definitief verseker is dat Dirk Kleinschmidt wat op die oomblik op die breakfast run is of die president's run na Henties Bay toe, hy mis vandag natuurlik baie uit hierso op Infostream. He's missing out, hey? I absolutely agree with that, but he can watch the show in Henties Bay and drool over it. Okay, so just before we get to Chef Terry, I'd just like to just read a couple of the comments here. Myron Retief is saying, Guten Morgen, Hannes. Guten Morgen, Myron. Weinand Reed, who was here a little bit earlier, is also saying, Good morning, gents. Hello, Weinand. Dan Lolo de Klerk sê, lag ek nou dat die trane loop, Mona Kleinschmidt sit seker al op die bike en wag. Alles op pad na jou toe, Lolo. Then there is an interesting new person here on the show. Her name is Liesel Venter van Sail. And she says, morning, sexy guys. She's probably speaking to Andre. More, okay. And she also says, Chef Andre makes the bestest food. Where does she know you from?
Well, she's married to me.
There we go.
She should know.
Okay, no, Liesel, only pulling your leg there. You are one lucky woman to have such a beautiful guy making all the food
I
for
think
you.
it's the other way around, but yeah.
Okay, en then Sonja Bretschneider sê ek sal betaal om te sien dat Hannes 'n skaapkop eet. En Sonja,
Ons sit 'n bietjie van daai beet chili jam.
Ja.
by.
yeah, that Zelly makes.
Yes.
Chili fixes everything.
Chili. Zelly made a chili beetroot jam the other day.
Awesome. That's very, very
And she said to me, I must give one bottle to Chef Terry, and he came back and he said it was absolutely delicious, which I then told her about. Thank you very much, Terry. And she's up in the clouds about that in her comments.
But it is really
From that comment, I
I'll
mean.
buy a bottle from the next batch.
Oh, well, there you have it, Zelly. Okay. And please remember the money comes my way. No? Okay.
Commission.
Ja, exactly. Okay, welkom hier so op Infostream op hierdie lekker Vrydagoggend. Ek het die voorreg om met hierdie twee chefs hier so vandag op die bank te sit. Chef Terry was natuurlik omtrent, wanneer was dit? Omtrent verlede week, dink ek. Ja, was Chef Terry hier so. Maar ons het natuurlik gepraat hier so oor hierdie plant van ons. Dit is die official Infostream plant, by the way. En dit is ons spekboom. And Dirk was saying last week that you can actually eat the leaves of the spekboom.
You can?
And in how many dishes could one, because it's got a bit of a soury taste, isn't it?
Well, put it this way. I'm now making it in a pesto form, which I've brought today. I'm making it in a pickle form, which I've also got here today, and a cake. And I'm working on a jam, and I'm working on a chutney.
Right.
So, you know, the culinary uses of this plant is huge.
Okay.
The interesting thing is that it's really good with antioxidants, vitamin C. It's packed.
Yes.
And in the Eastern Cape, it's also known to a lot of the local cultures in the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal.
Right.
Use it for minor stomach ailments. They drink it as a form of tea, a tonic. They brew a tea out of it and they drink it
Right.
to aid digestion and for minor stomach ailments. They also use it as a soother while they're breastfeeding.
Wow.
Make a pulp out of it, smear it on, and it helps soothe if you're breastfeeding. So
It's a super versatile plant.
it's drought resistant, which makes it a fantastic plant to grow in our climate.
Right.
And it's also known as, well, direct translation is pork tree, spekboom,
Pork tree, okay.
Or, because it's in the Eastern Cape, it's one of the most popular food sources for elephants. So it's also known as the elephant bush or the elephant tree.
Right.
So yeah,
And from what we know, the spekboom is one of the best oxygen scrubbers, isn't it?
That's
Is
right.
it?
Yes.
So it takes what?
It really became popular about 3-4 years ago when people, when it was discovered that it converts carbon dioxide
Into
at a
oxygen.
much faster rate than your average plant.
Saving
I
the
see.
planet.
Okay.
So, plant spekboom everywhere. It's not only during the last 2 years, eating 3 to 4 of these leaves a day
Right.
is a fantastic immune booster.
Wow.
So you can eat them raw. You can eat them in salads. I make a fantastic salad. I call it my wild greens salad.
Right.
So it's dandelion. It's
Nice. Oh.
spekboom. It's wild spinach. It's what else do I put in there? Clover leaves. And you've got this fantastic green salad
Yes.
out of plants that normally get pulled out, thrown away.
Yeah, from foraging.
Destroyed. Yes.
Fascinating.
So it's versatile. I mean, I've got it here in cake form. The two pickles, the pickle and the pesto with some cheese. We're going to have some. We can taste some just now.
Oh, great.
I've had a taste already. That's
Oh,
very
really?
Good. Oh, very good.
Okay,
That's
so,
next level.
So the elephant bush of sins maar die spekboom kan soos Chef Terry nou gesê word in baie dinge gebruik word. The question that I have for you, Terry, is that why is it that we don't see more, let's say, spekboom products in, let's say, supermarkets in the food divisions,
Well, I think
or maybe even in the soap divisions, shampoo divisions, that kind of stuff. I mean, that what you've told us should be on the shelves.
It's only really becoming popular now. You know, it's taken quite a while to go from being an ozone-friendly
Right.
carbon dioxide converter to something that is nutritious. Yes, it's been used for centuries by indigenous people in KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
But we tend to take a while to get to.
It's like the aloe
To
vera.
get into it. It's like aloe vera, yeah.
That also
Sure.
started off. You can't eat it really, but I mean, people just take long to get used to it, something new, especially if it's a diet item.
Yeah.
I've noticed that over the years from chefing.
From a chef's point of view,
yeah.
I mean, I would like to challenge restaurants and hotels and
Put it on the menu.
lodges to start experimenting and seeing what you can come up with to
Any tourist would
utilize
love
this
to have
space.
this.
Absolutely.
Think about it. I mean, that's like
Absolutely.
an experience, you know.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
today, eating is very much, or serving meals in restaurants and whatnot, is very much like telling a story.
Yes.
People love
Yeah.
to know a bit of history or how did the dish come about. So, I mean, if you've got something that is not only good for the environment but is nutritional, and it can be used in lots of different ways, then why not? Let's
it's a
tell a
winner.
story to sell a product.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's get to the best part over here. So, what do you suggest we try first?
Well, you can try the cake first.
Okay,
That can be served with savory and with sweet.
right.
It can be served as a dessert or it can be served as afternoon tea. I was saying to Andre just now, this is the new carrot cake.
This is a new carrot.
This is the new carrot cake. Carrot cake, step aside. The Spekboom cake is on its way.
Okay, and
And it
are
packs double
these-
the punch.
Are the recipes for Spekboom cake available?
You can.
Or is it like a
there's-
big secret?
No. I'll share my recipe with you. There are others on. You can find them on the internet and whatnot. But I mean,
Right.
It's really straightforward. You do need quite a bit of Spekboom.
Okay.
So yeah, make sure your plants are suitable,
Yes.
large,
Have enough plants.
have enough plants.
Otherwise, you're stealing oxygen.
Steal from the neighbor.
Okay, so Chef Terry, why don't you explain to us how this is done and the quantities that are required?
All right, for a Spekboom cake, which makes about 3 loaves like this. One
Okay.
batch will make 3 loaves.
Right.
You need 2 cups of chopped Spekboom leaves.
Okay.
So that's about 4 to 5 cups of whole leaves.
Right.
Okay, so that's the quantities we're talking about.
Okay.
This bottle of pesto used about 1.5 cups of leaves.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a bit of Spekboom.
Yeah, you use quite a bit. So I mean, that size bottle.
Okay.
1.5 to 2
Lot of
cups
nutrients in
leaves.
there.
A lot of nutrients. And this one also, I've used about 2 cups.
That's the
But
new
this is-
caper.
This is the new caper.
Ah, okay.
And here, would you like to? Let me give you guys a little sample there. And
Definitely.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
our technician
It's
can
nice
also
and
get
moist,
a slice.
eh?
Huh?
Right. Our
he's got
our
a-
IT division.
Yeah.
See, hand grab.
So
And
here we go. First time ever, certainly for me and on Infostream, Spekboom cake. Let's try this.
the Spekboom makes it super moist. Lots of.
This is fantastic.
It
It's
is.
better than fantastic.
This is amazing.
Wow.
There's some pecan nuts in there, but you
Yep.
You can substitute.
I'm with you on
pecan nuts
the
with
carrot
whatever
cake
nuts
move
you
over.
like. Yep.
That's, no, yeah.
No,
Raisins.
Next level.
this beats carrot cake by far.
By far. And I think the nutritional value it's times 3, 10
Yeah,
to 1.
Holy
Oh, yeah.
moly.
Yeah, that's very good.
Now,
Can I
Fantastic.
also have the recipe?
yes, I will definitely.
Seeing that we know.
Op 'n Vrydag.
Now, do you like semi-hard cheese or you like the soft cheese?
I'd like the soft cheese, please. I'm more the soft cheese
Andre?
kind of guy, the camembert brie.
I'll go for the hard cheese, just because Calf is doing soft cheese.
Our friend Andre always has to be different, but
There
it's
always
okay.
has to be somebody.
This is fantastic.
Try that.
And you can
So
see how
in
they can go
place
for a
of-
dessert as
Right.
well.
In
Eh?
place of cheese and
Definitely.
biscuits, you
Thank
can have cheese and Spekboom cake.
Awesome.
Cheese and Spekboom cake. So, for those of you who can't see it, it's a piece of brie cheese, which I love, by the way, on
Thank you.
Spekboom cake. Let's Put the whole thing in my mouth and eat it, just like that.
Okay.
Now the combinations are working out for me.
Awesome.
Absolutely delicious.
And this, I think, would go fantastic with fish dishes, with cheese, cheese platters and crackers, with even possibly on a chicken schnitzel.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Because
Even maybe
Spekboom
bake a chicken fillet in it or something like it. Yeah.
Because Spekboom is quite sour. So this pesto's got a nice, sharp
Yes, like a
sour
lemony.
hint to it.
In the West Coast, we knew it as siertjies.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't know it as a Spekboom. When I
Okay.
stayed in the West Coast a couple of years back.
Right.
And the funny thing is, when there's any sort of a drought, all the animals start eating this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if there's any drought in the farms, and this is like it saves the planet, this tree.
Exactly.
And
It's
what we,
evergreen as well.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And what we know is that in certain areas, we know that elephants, like,
Love it.
they just eat this stuff by the ton. What is also cool about the Spekboom is that the plant itself is so easy to grow.
It is.
You basically just take a stick, take some decent soil, and just put it in there, water it about once a week, not too much water, and off you go.
Yeah.
So let's try
You
this.
know that's going to work well with the tortilla, the patas.
yeah.
That's going to be
It is. It's
That's
gonna
going
be,
to just elevate it a little
For
bit.
sure.
I get that taste now.
Oh,
do,
it's
eh?
nice.
It's got this combination of a little bit of a sour, I wouldn't say salty,
No,
but definitely.
it's got
more
like
of
a sour kick to it. Yeah.
No. Okay, and this is now the pickled
This is the
Spekboom.
pickled
That
Spekboom.
would be like a caper or something.
Yeah.
If you can imagine that in a schnitzel when I tasted it, now it's the first thing, and that's what
Yeah.
Terry also said. And it's brilliant. It's really, and it's actually the whole leaf.
Yes.
It's been pickled.
Fantastic.
With a
Let's
little
try
bit of
this.
red onion.
Chop it up and make a nice crust on a piece of king clip with that.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, that's a good idea.
with fish.
Oh yes. No,
Yes.
For sure.
We are definitely investigating this, what I'd say,
I love this.
With cheese,
hopelessly
it's fantastic. Isn't it?
That's awesome.
underrated plant.
I'm gonna have a piece of brie. I've been
That
watching
is
you
so
two
awesome.
eat.
This is
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is not right.
Making yourself hungry.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
You know, they say you always should, you should eat what you cook. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Never trust a chef that doesn't eat what he cooks.
Yeah.
Goes to that skinny chef story as well.
I spoke to Tom Mutavchik the other day and I asked him whether it is true. I don't know what you would have to say.
Look at my figure.
Yes, you never
It's
trust
only
a
from
skinny
tasting.
cook.
It's only tasting.
But Tom did say that with the new, let's say, slender-built kind of generation, that whole never trust a skinny cook is
Well-
right out the door.
No, yeah, you must. Well, now it's actually don't trust the cook without a tattoo. Because now all the chefs have tattoos. I only got mine at 44. My first tattoo.
Okay.
And I lived in Cape Town for years. I served
Okay.
baby.
I'm on that subject.
Right. My mom never allowed me to get a tattoo.
But my food still tastes the same, even if I've got a tattoo.
Let's just have a look at a couple of the comments. Liesel Venter van Zyl says, Bokkie, ek wil ook 'n stukkie hê. So you've got to go.
It's a
and-
chef Terry vra.
Yes. And then Piet Spies, let us tell you a little bit more about Piet. Piet is from South Africa. Môre Piet. Dit is altyd lekker om jou so vroeg in die oggend te sien. He's probably one of our most loyal viewers on Infostream.
That's
And he's in South Africa. So Piet, altyd baie dankie dat jy ingeskakel bly. Dit is altyd lekker om jou hierso op die show te hê. En hy sê, daai koek klink heerlik. Gaan julle die resep vir ons plaas asseblief? Hey? If Chef Terry allows us to have the recipe.
I'm always willing to share recipes.
So, Piet, if we get that recipe from Chef Terry, ons gaan hom definitief hom op die Facebook page vir julle laai en dan
Dis
kan
moeite
julle
werd.
dit. Ek is nie seker, Piet, daar in jou wêreld is daar baie spekbome. Miskien kan jy ons net laat weet. And then we've got another chef on the show this morning, Rousseau Hill. You guys all know Rousseau.
Yes.
He was at the moment in the Mediterranean, I think, somewhere.
Israel on the coast, Israel somewhere.
Oh, there
Something,
somewhere. Yeah, and he's a chef on a boat that supports an oil rig, and we'll hear all about it once Rousseau is back. He says grilled salmon with spekboom and garlic aioli.
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 Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yes.
I'm
Wow.
thinking of the pesto with a bit of fresh chili chopped into that.
Yes. Yes.
Just to elevate it, give it a bit of a burn. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So there we have it.
Like cooking
Chef.
now.
So I must also tell my better half, Zelly, if you are watching this, we need more Spekboom in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the garden.
Yes. No, we've got enough in the garden, believe you me, just because we absolutely... Dirk actually was the one that introduced me to this plant about 5 years ago, and I just found an absolute liking into this, and it's, in fact, it's in my hydroponic system.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Although it's easier to maybe just put it into the soil and let it grow.
Does it grow well now?
Oh, it grows very well. Yeah. Sometimes I have to put it off because the leaves change color. Okay. And when they are like, let's say like this particular plant, well, I wouldn't say dark green because I've seen these leaves go a little bit more dark green, but they also go yellow, and usually they go more. They become lighter, hulle raak ligter van kleur if they get too much water.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a tasting difference between the let's say the yellow leaves and the dark green leaves?
There is a bit of a taste difference.
Okay.
There's far more nutrients in a darker green leaf than there are in the paler leaves.
Oh.
Because it's getting too much water.
Right.
But the interesting thing is, depending on what time of the day you pick the leaves, can depend on how sour the leaves are. And they say the best time to actually harvest them is early morning.
Early morning,
and late afternoon.
Okay.
In between, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. And let's say let's say we pick the leaves and we let them lie overnight. Let's say, the question that I have is, if we pick the leaves and we make our recipes or our foods of them right away, would there be also a taste difference in letting them lie, let's say, overnight?
No, not really.
Okay.
The only thing is that once you remove the leaves from the tree or the branch from the tree,
yes,
it's already starting to break down.
Sure.
So the sooner you use it, the more nutritional value you're going to get. It's like your apples that you buy in the supermarket.
Right.
They were a lot healthier for you when they were picked off the tree than they are 7 or 8 days later when you get them.
So same principle applies.
Same principle applies.
Okay. Kom ons kyk 'n bietjie hierso net nog na 'n paar van die kommentare. Liesel sê ons het dit as kinders baie geëet, suurtjies. Dit is waarna toe jy natuurlik nou verwys. En dan Piet sê ja, Hannes het in my tuin 'n paar plante. Bloemfontein bietjie koud, maar plant dit waar dit meer beskut is teen die winterryp. Ek kan myself indink dat hulle ryp, that they can freeze because they contain so much moisture, isn't it?
They do. And what happens is sometimes if it's really, really cold, and frost especially, the stems can burst open.
Right. Yeah. Well, there we have it. We've got the Spekboom cake, which we will get the recipe from Chef Terry for you, and we will post that on our Facebook page. Then we have the Spekboom pesto, and which goes absolutely fantastic with cheese dishes, and of course the Spekboom, the pickled Spekboom leaves, also fantastic. For those of you, you should really maybe just go onto the internet and just go and find out a little bit more as to what it is that you can do in terms of dishes when it comes to this fancy special little plant. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be back in a jiffy. Competition. Yes, and there you have it, the Potjiekos competition, die Potjiekos kompetisie wat hierdie naweek op Kamp Vrede gaan plaasvind. Baie van dit is sê ons maar 'n bietjie van 'n ons verdeel oor die naweek, want Dirk het besluit om op sy motorfiets te klim en na die Presidentsrand toe gaan, en Koffie het besluit hy sal na sy vriend Karel Nel na Kamp Vrede toe gaan. Chef André en sy vrou en nog 'n vriend van hom is natuurlik weet presies wat op Kamp Vrede aangaan. Ja. So Chef André, gaan ons jou dalk sien by
Ongelukkig werk my vrou Saterdag tot so 1 uur toe, maar ek sal kyk of ek die arm kan draai daar en dan sal ek seker sien, ja.
Oh, wow. So now we're coming to the second part of our show this morning. Nice to have you all with us here on Infostream. And we are now talking to Chef Andre because he's also prepared something for us. Hy het vir ons 'n heerlike dis, wel dit lyk ten minste heerlik, hierso voorberei en miskien kan ons dit net ook vir ons viewers net 'n bietjie wys daarso. It looks like a kind of a pancakey thing. Chef Andre, what is this?
Most people will know it as a Spanish omelette.
A Spanish omelette?
Yeah, torta de patas.
Yeah.
There's so many different names. There's so many videos on YouTube and everything that you can see.
Okay.
What I did is I went completely basic. The whole idea, the concept to me is because it's the tapas concept in Spain to me is excellent. If you all the little pubs, they have a tapas.
Right.
And what their tapas is their little house sort of food item that they give to you for free. Yeah, like a finger food, you know.
Okay.
So when you order wine or beer, you get a
Right.
plate of
You get a
tapas
little
to
plate, and they sometimes even put it on top of the glass.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then they give you the glass and the tapas, and so you go from little place to little place, you know, and you enjoy all the different tastes and all that.
And I guess you can then also maybe prolong your little bit of a drinking session because you're eating.
Well, that's the whole idea behind it, because now you're eating something, automatically your stomach and you can handle a little bit more alcohol and drinking, and I suppose at the end of the day it's better for your health as well, you know, if you're eating and drinking and not just drinking.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Does this dish originate from Spain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's actually a very, I would say it's their sort of national dish, close to.
That's one of
Yes.
the
Yeah. They're very particular how they make it.
Yeah.
and from region to region it varies slightly.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes. Some people will even add maybe a little bit of herbs, maybe thyme or something like that.
Yeah.
Even leftover meats will go in there and change it. I went to the whole basic Spanish omelette, which the nice thing about it, if you make a little omelette this size, like a pan size, you're using 4 potatoes, 1 onion, olive oil, and 6 eggs, and that's it. That's all that goes in is salt and pepper. That's all that goes in there. There's no special added, nothing. The onion, if you fry it, and I fry my onions in the olive oil first hand.
Okay.
Some people put the potatoes in. I like to put the onions in to get the caramelization going.
Right.
To get the sweetness in the torta. And then I put the potatoes in, and they must be cut evenly, obviously, like say around about 2 mil, around about there, so they can fry. And then you take that and you drain the olive oil out, which you can use 6-7 times. It's
Okay.
not that you know you can use the same oil. I think in a Spanish household there must be a jar that they use because this is their breakfast. This is what they make every day.
Right.
This is something that's always standing around. If you feel peckish, you want to eat something, there's a torta. You take it, you put whatever you want on there. and you
So is this kind of food on the go?
yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. You can then mostly served room temperature. You can eat it hot as well, which makes it very nice. You can do this as a side dish.
Okay.
What I liked about it was I was going to go Mexican and all that. And I thought, no, let's go simple and plain.
Right.
Especially in the current economic things, you know.
Yes.
And everybody always thinks you must put very special ingredients like saffron and all that, and that will elevate the cooking.
Right.
Not necessarily the case, you know. It depends how you treat your ingredients, you know. So for me, keep it simple, yeah. And,
Yes.
and sometimes simple is better.
Is this an expensive dish?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So if you are on a tight budget, then torta
Torta,
de patatas.
the patatas, yeah.
Well, here we are.
Well, Spanish
Torta de
omelette. You're going to feed 6 people comfortably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of these 6 eggs?
Of the one, yeah. So
Wow.
egg per person, basically.
It's very filling,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. That's
Yeah.
why it's so popular for breakfast. It
Yes.
keeps them sustained for the day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So shall we give it a shot?
Yeah, I think, Kofi, you can grab there a little
Okay.
piece. I think it would maybe just have a taste like that.
Right.
Just so you can get the sweet onion taste in the potatoes. We Germans like potatoes, né?
It-
Kartoffeln, né?
Ja. En as dit nou 'n Afrikaanse huis was, sou mens amper kan sê hierdie is amper soos wat noem ons dit?
'n omelet.
Like a quiche.
A quiche.
Ja.
Frittata.
Ja. Okay, so let's go the torta de patatas.
But I think with Chef Terry's pesto. I think that will just elevate it to the next level there.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. If you think about the ingredients that's in there, you would think it's very eggy and all that, but yeah, there's a little bit of salt and pepper.
Yes.
But the secret is the onions. It brings that
Absolutely
sweetness.
delicious.
Yeah.
This is the proof of less is more.
Exactly that.
Absolutely divine. Chef Andre, would you be able to share this recipe with us?
Yes,
Or
no
is it
problem.
a...
No. I did get the original recipe from a Spanish chef friend, which
Right.
I was in Cape Town, but that was stuck in the mind somewhere. So I also had to go back to basics and then reinvent it again, and you know. So, but it's very easy to make.
Yes.
It's not a complicated thing.
For those evenings that you don't know what to do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's basically a dish on its own.
The most difficult part about making it is getting the plate on the pan and turning it around.
Aha.
So that you can, because you need to take, you're doing your omelette on the one side, and
Right.
then you're taking it out on the plate and you're putting it back in the pan.
It's the same as flipping a rosti.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it's a Spanish rosti.
Fantastic. So there we have it, Tortilla de Patata from Chef Andre. Chef Andre, thank you very much. This is fantastic stuff. Thank you so much. So, also check out our Facebook page. Chef Andre did say that he's going to give us the recipe. So we'll do the Spekboom cake and also this recipe for you. Make it over the weekend sometime. It's going to be on our Facebook page, and then you can just go and check it out.
Yeah.
No? So there we have it. Terry and Andre, thank you very much for joining us today here on
Absolute
Infostream.
Pleasure,
It's been
Coffee.
an absolute pleasure to have you guys here with these wonderful dishes that you've prepared. Anything that you are going to be doing for the weekend in terms of food, perhaps?
I've made mine.
Oh, you made yours.
You see, now that's the nice thing about it. You
Right.
make it for the day and then there's for the weekend.
There's food for the weekend. Yeah, leave me alone,
Yeah.
Jonathan, eh?
I'm off the weekend.
Ah, congratulations.
We're going to be having
Yes.
a little braai tonight. And
Oh,
do
lovely. Yeah.
something for her tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be a birthday weekend.
Yep.
Right.
Lekker. Nice.
Well, you just make sure that you treat her nicely over this weekend. Right. Always. Okay. Then I'd just like to maybe just quickly touch on the weather before we leave. Have you noticed it's not as cold as it was the previous 2
tad
days?
warmer
Eh?
today,
It
yeah.
is a tad warmer.
Happy about that.
However, for tomorrow, the 6th of August, the Met Office has given us another cautionary note saying cold air will be setting in the West and Karas region from Sunday.
So next week's going to be chilly again.
Yes.
The school run in the morning, it's not nice.
Yeah, I know. But these cold fronts, they seem to be coming from the
But
Cape.
the weather
eh?
is not what it used to be. You can't predict anything anymore.
No.
But we can really see that climate change, eh? It's,
Yes.
It's all everywhere.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, for tomorrow, the interior partly cloudy and warm to hot in the south. Elsewhere, sunny and warm to hot. It will be windy over the interior, so you can go and fly your kite. And then the coast partly cloudy and mild with fog patches. For those of you who are there at the President's Run, let's just have a quick look at the maximum temperatures for tomorrow. Minimum and maximum for tomorrow in Windhoek 12 and 27, Swakopmund 10 and 18, Walvis Bay 9 and 20. It's quite interesting to see that Swakopmund is going to be a little bit warmer than Walvis Bay in the morning, and usually it's the other way around. Walvis Bay is usually
So
always
that,
a bit
that cold is
a
coming
bit
from the
warmer.
south, I suppose. eh?
That's it. Then in the Zambezi region, Katima Mulilu 10 and 30, going over to Omosia 10 and 30, Ondangwa also 13 and 31, down to Ochivarongo 8 and 30, then Riobot tomorrow, let me just get to Riobot here, 12 and 28, with Marintal tomorrow 10 and 30, and Keetmanshoop 10 and 29. The east of the country in Beitepos and Gobabis 8 and 30. Those are the temperatures for tomorrow.
It's warming up.
It's warming up,
Gobabis has got
but
50.
we're not quite there yet. We've still got what, about 3 weeks to go.
That's right.
Then we can start talking spring.
And then we'll have our 3 days of the ice heilige flight.
Yeah,
That's
the
awesome.
3 cold ones are coming. However, and we will get a, let's say, a gardening expert into the show and hear about that, because I've spoken to some gardening experts, and they say the best time for starting to plant is halfway in August.
Okay.
Yes. So that by the beginning of September, then those seeds are already established, they've settled,
Makes
and
sense.
then they can make use of the entire spring season.
Growing season.
No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Growing
sounds, that
season.
sounds.
Okay, and then for those of you who are in Windhoek, myself, Kofi, I'll be making some music at the Vintage Pub and Grill this afternoon. Why don't you join us there for a cold one? Are you going to have a cold one, Chef Andre?
Well, I think so. It's Friday. Eh?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have
And
to.
you're going to have a few.
A few. I haven't had breakfast yet.
And it's
Yes.
birthday weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You can have some pain later.
Yeah, it's what Tom says. He's asked Terry once, and have you had breakfast yet? And he said, not a drop. Not a drop. So there we have it. Terry, thank you so much for joining
Always a
us.
pleasure.
And we can see that from our viewers, that our viewers are appreciating both of you
Absolute
here
pleasure,
today.
Kofi.
Thank you, Andre. And from me, Kofi, Dirk will be back again with me on Monday. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. And from us, it's cheerio.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and you can also WhatsApp us. Please do us a favor and like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon, so you can get an update when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for now, hope to see you next time.